Hello, my name is Jessica Fry, and today I will be presenting on a vision for organizational culture. So, to begin, what is organizational culture? Organizational culture is the set of shared, taken for granted, implicit assumptions that a group holds and that determines how it perceives, thinks about, and reacts to its environment. An organizational culture is so important because it is something that is shared among group members, learned and passed down, influences behavior in the workplace, and affects outcomes at all levels. The vision. A successful, fulfilling organizational culture does not just appear from thin air. A strong culture begins with like-minded people. These people are going to be people who share similar values and attitudes. Values are the abstract ideas that guide your behavior and thinking. Attitudes are feelings or opinions about people, places, and objects. So you're going to want to gather people who are passionate about achieving the same goal and doing it ethically. Ideally, these people that build the organization will all hold the values as well and have the same attitude regarding fulfilling the goals, upholding values, and supporting the company. A strong organizational culture also prioritizes managing diversity. There are three aspects to managing diversity: educational, enforcement, and exposure. According to diversity specialist Ann Morrison, there are three components to manage diversity successfully. In the educational component, non-traditional managers are prepared for an increase in responsibility, while the traditional managers are educated to overcome their prejudices they may hold when interacting with a different gender or ethnicity. The enforcement requires behavior changes throughout the organization to prioritize diversity goals. And finally, the third component requires exposing people to others with different backgrounds and characteristics, which helps managers to better understand and respect people who are different than they are. An organization overall should be celebrating its employees' uniqueness by creating a culture in which people feel free to express ideas and opinions without the fear of negative consequences. When diversity is managed successfully, employees are able to perform at their maximum potential. And a strong culture also prioritizes ethical and effective use of power. Power is a normal and often necessary in an organization, so it's important to highlight positive, legitimate power that focuses on constructive job performance. Positive power results in higher levels of commitment across the organization. Leaders are able to use their power positively through influence and empowerment. Research shows that employees who are prompted to leadership positions who focus using their power to benefit the group are more successful than people who become leaders and only focus on how they can benefit themselves. Those who hold a position of power and value benefiting the group will be able to influence and empower their team. By influencing their team, a manager is better able to guide diverse individuals with diverse interests to prioritize common goals. Additionally, leaders should be a positive influence on the organization by exhibiting ethical and positive behaviors. An organization's culture can empower its employees structurally and psychologically. Structurally, by transferring power, tasks, and responsibilities from management and to employees. And employees are also empowered psychologically by creating an environment where employees have a sense of meaning, competence, control, and that their efforts make a positive difference. A strong corporate culture will have leaders who will use their power to benefit the employees and the business. And a quote that really stood out to me from the textbook: it is important to motivate through the power of shared goals, shared objectives, and shared standards. That kind of ties in with an organization being composed of people who share the same values and want to uphold the values of the organization. A strong organizational culture also promotes positive organizational behavior. Positive organizational behaviors can be promoted through fostering a positive organizational climate. An organizational climate is made up of the shared conceptions and evaluations by employees of organizational policies, practices, procedures, and routines. It is important for a business to prioritize the three global values that are essential to promoting positive organizational behavior. The first value, restorative justice, is the concept that when conflict occurs, all parties should be given a chance to express their views and feelings to be able to focus on finding better solutions that benefit all parties. The second global value is compassion, which is the drive to help others who are in need of help. These behaviors may also look like kindness, sympathy, understanding, and patience. The third and final global value is temperance, which is the belief in showing control and restraint when faced with temptation. Positive organizational behavior can also be promoted through a supportive environment where employees are supported to do their best by highlighting their skill sets and giving them engaging work. Another way is through creating virtuous leadership, and that would be being a role model, being somebody who looks up to while you are working at your highest level. So, overall, an organization is responsible for endorsing positive ethical values to uphold their culture. In summary, a visionary organizational culture prioritizes their values. The organization should be made up of like-minded individual people who uphold the organization's stated values. It is also important for an organization to successfully manage diversity. Organizations that successfully manage all employees and their differences to allow them to reach their full potential. A strong culture also has strong leaders. People in positions of power exhibit role model behavior by using their abilities to benefit employees rather than themselves. And finally, positive behaviors are promoted. Positive behaviors create an organizational climate that encourages positive behavior at all levels that promotes employees' well-being. Thank you so much for watching.